Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. Also welcome to a brand new reading vlog. I've been watching Jack Edwards, I think, in which he talks about reading popular books and then reading these people's recommendations, that celebrities' recommendations and the like, and I thought, even though TikTok isn't here in India, I thought maybe let's try the books that Booktok has been going crazy about. Most of the books that pop up, they are mostly romances. So in this vlog, I will be reading mostly the most popular Booktok romances and see if I actually end up liking them or not. I've also finished reading one of the books that was on this list, and that is You and Me on Vacation, or People We Meet on Vacation. This is about two best friends who have drifted apart. They have been travel companions for a long time. Like, I did stay up till like 3 a.m. trying to finish this book. I just thought that it was way too generic. Like, it was nothing new. There was nothing wow about it. Like, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the bickering. I enjoyed the bantering. But again, it's the same way as Beach Read. Like, I like this book better than I liked Beach Read, because I found Beach Read to be too like, it just didn't impress me in any way. But this one was a little different because there's a lot of going back and forth during timelines, and to see how their feelings changed in every period, and to see how they reacted to each other, they reacted to their own feeling. It was very interesting to see. But in the end, will I look back and will I think that, oh my god, I need to go back and read that book? I don't think so. So that was my first book in this. So I don't know which the next book will be, but I'm going to take a short break. So I'll see you on the other side. Hello everyone, welcome back. And currently I'm reading this book, The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, and I've got a lot of warnings that this book is bad, that it's cringe. I'm about 150 pages into this book, and though I wouldn't say that I'm finding it cringe. This is the story of Catalina Martin, who has to find a date to take to her sister's wedding in Spain, and her nemesis at work, called Aaron Blackford, he offers to be her date. And now they have this deal going, and they have to do things for each other in the cleanest way possible. I mean, I see why people don't like it. I see why people hate it. But I also see why they love it. But then again, my complaint from this book is that you don't have to say that the guy has blue eyes every single time. It's like the author couldn't go without mentioning that, oh, blue eyes were looking back at me. Oh, ocean eyes were looking back at me. Oh, lake eyes were looking back at me. Why so many times? No offense to the author, because I've loved her Bookstagram account for a long time. I've been following her for a long time. But this somehow felt a little... every single page, you know that she let out a breath that she didn't realize she'd been holding? Aaron does that in this. I mean, it's not specifically there that you can see him releasing a breath he didn't realize he's been holding, but he just sighs so much, he just exhales so much. I mean, exhaling is a natural part of living and breathing, but why does he have to sigh so much? And Catalina, don't even get me started on Catalina. Like, she's so oblivious sometimes. She can verge on inappropriate. Okay, never mind. But I'm at this point where I'm trying to stop myself from DNFing the book, but I will, for the sake of this reading vlog, for the sake of the commitment that I have made, I will continue reading this book. This man is giving her mixed signals. He's behaving abominably, and she is left reeling, and I'm like, don't be like that. Don't be like that. These people are flying to Spain, and it's taken 2 complete pages, to describe the guy, that is Aaron Blackford, wiping chocolate off her face. 2 pages. 2. Okay, I'm on page 265 now, and I'll be finishing up this chapter before wrapping it all up. I get the concept of a slow burn. It can be slow burn, and it can be super effective, but this one, it's just like, oh my god, he's so male, he's so masculine. Oh my god, he touched my shoulder, I felt tingles. Oh my god, his blue eyes, his ocean blue eyes, pools of blue, they were staring back at me, and he sighed and he released a breath, and yeah, I just want there to be some burn in the slow burn. Catalina finds it necessary to mention on every single page, at least multiple times, that Aaron is her fake boyfriend. She says something, he said this to my boyfriend. Oh no, he said this to my fake boyfriend. Nay, you don't have to do that. Okay, once, twice, okay, I can understand. It'll even come across as cheeky and sweet and cute. But so many times. So I just finished reading this book. Look, I'm not going to say that this book was bad, but I have so many problems with it. First is that the enemies to lovers trope is not convincing at all. There's absolutely no enmity. Like, just because of one throwaway remark that one of them made 2 years ago, and trying to make it look like holding a grudge is the enmity that's there between them. And then when that enemies to lovers journey happens, there's no chemistry at all. You have that build up when it comes to enemies to lovers. You have that build up that makes you anticipate the moment they come close, and it makes you anticipate that, oh my god, they're finally going to admit that they are in love, or they're, oh my god, they're finally going to fall in love. But this didn't happen. Aaron, it was pretty obvious from the beginning that he is smitten by her. Why would he offer to go as her date to her sister's wedding otherwise? And throughout the book, Catalina is like, I don't see this. I don't see it. I know this is all a farce. I know this is all fake. Like, the word fake or farce appears so many times in the book. If I do a control F, then I'm going to find so many instances of it that it will make my blood boil. Like, it did make my blood boil when I was reading, because why would you add that, mention that on every single page? It just didn't feel organic to me, their connection. There was absolutely no chemistry, and towards the end it just felt like the coming together of these two main characters and them falling in love, it seemed rather contrived, and the book gets repetitive. It didn't need to be 473 pages. So much could have been cut out of this. If it had been crisper, maybe it would have turned into a better book, but nah. I'm just going to take a small break now, and I think I'm going to start reading The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. It's on my Kindle, and I'm going to read it there. Hello, today is the 4th of July, and I just got done filming 2 videos. It took me about 2.5 hours to film these 2 videos, and the battery on my camera died, so I'm now waiting for the camera to charge up a bit so that I can film another video. Until then, I will be vlogging for a bit. I have about 15-20 minutes of time, and during that time I'm thinking I'll start reading the next book. I was thinking of The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I have my Kindle somewhere over there, and I will go get it. I will sit down and read for a bit. Starting The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I hope this goes better than The Spanish Love Deception. How can you be so distracted, or how can you not see that you are just rattling into someone and you're kissing them? How can you not see the person in front of you? You're just randomly grabbing a dude, and why would you do? I like where this is going. I mean, so far at least, I've read about 6% of this in whatever time I just got, and I like where it's going. I mean, Olive is a good person, a kind person. She is clumsy and bumbling, obviously. I don't know what's really obvious about that, but she is clumsy and bumbling, and I can't wait to find out what happens next. But for now, I'm going to go and film another video. Hello people, today is the 7th of July and I have been reading The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I really liked the book at the beginning. I really liked the premise, I like the wit and the humor, and I like the main character Olive Smith because she is such a passionate member of the science community, and I really liked how it shows the issues that women have to face in every single field of in the world, for that matter, the sexism and everything of all that, and the tough decisions that she has to take. About halfway through, I didn't feel that pull to the story anymore. I don't know why, but I just felt like it became rather contrived, and I did not like the fact that grad student was supposed to be with a professor at the university that she was studying in, but it didn't matter that the age difference isn't much, but it somehow felt icky to me. But if I go into the details, I think that I'm okay with it. I was just nitpicking, to be very honest, and there's a lot to be said about friendships and one's own sexuality and finding oneself in situations that one is not prepared for at all. That is why my position shifted from favorable to unfavorable to now very favorable. So yeah, I'm just going to sit back and read for a bit. I have about 24% and I'm hoping to finish it tonight. So back to reading. I have my Kindle. I have my apple cider soda. What I'll only be doing is I'll just switch on the fan because it's hot. I just finished reading The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and I must say that I ended up liking it way more than I actually thought I would at the beginning of when I had started this book. Now that I've read the whole book, I really like how it panned out. I mean, yeah, sure. I don't like the fact that Adam's grumpiness or the way he treats his students is explained away by saying that he cares about his students and he wants the best scientists to emerge, because I don't agree with his reasoning all that much. You can want your students to become better people while not being an a-hole about it, while not treating them like they're garbage. But I love that he treats Olive the way he does, and I think that's what I'm going to say, that if you want to read a very heartwarming, mushy, but funny romance book, then The Love Hypothesis is really good and it is worth the hype. The next book that I will pick up will most likely be It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I don't know how that is going to turn out, but I'm just hoping that I like that as well, because All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover is one of my favorite romance books ever, and I'm hoping that this will also be like that and that it lives up to the hype, because I've been seeing it everywhere and people have been going crazy about it. But I know that in the last clip I had said that I'm not going to pick up another romance until I read another until I finish a couple of other books, because there are a lot on my TBR and blah 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 blah. But I did end up picking up a book that day itself. Like that very day, I'm sitting to eat and there's nothing to entertain me, and I'm like, you know what? Dash it. I'm going to start reading this. And that book is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And I've been making notes because I've been having some questions about certain behaviors, and I don't know if I'll be alone in this or not. When I just started reading the book, I was like, please don't let it be Insta love. Please don't let it be Insta love. I get it. Like the urge to tell a stranger everything because you think that you're not going to meet them ever again. Somehow, some people, they end up giving you advice that seems very positive and it seems very nice, but all it turns out is ignorant. And this is one such. He says, there is no such thing as bad people. We're all just people who sometimes do bad things. When a man that you just met once or twice comes up to you and says, I want to blah 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 you, like, how can you not find it creepy? Please don't tell me that you appreciate his honesty because at least he was clear about his intentions. Oh god, woman, sister, no. And that's where I'm at right now. Okay, whatever it was that I was expecting, it was definitely not this. It's a repeat of whatever Lily has seen throughout her life, and now she's making excuses. And no, I don't even want to go there, and I'm just hoping that that's not true. But the proof is there. Oh god, no, yeah. No, 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 no. Why do I have the feeling? Okay, this book is stressing me out. This book is stressing. Okay, I'm going to take a break from this now. I'll probably be reading it off camera, and I'll make notes like I did for the first part of doing this vlog. Both the men in this story, I don't feel that strong of an attachment to. Atlas, at the time, was about 3.5 years older. He was an adult major. He was an adult, and she was only 15, and that has me cringing. And now Ryle's behavior has also got me cringing, and I want to know how this whole story turns out, but I also don't want to know because I feel like whatever is going to happen, I'm going to be so disappointed and angry at what's going on. No, I'm not going to assume that I'm going to end up liking it or not liking it by this point, but I think I'll wait till the end of the book. But somehow, you get that gut feeling that some books you just end up not liking. Hello everyone, today is the 15th of July, and I have not been vlogging a lot for the past few days because I've been busy somewhere else. I did end up finishing It Ends With Us that very night on 11th of July, and I have thoughts. I didn't think it was possible to dislike a book by an author who you loved before. I want to mention a few other things that I did not like because there are so many problematic stances that are in this book, especially when it comes to domestic abuse and pregnancy and childbirth, and people becoming parents and using pregnancy and childbirth as a plot point, as a convenient plot point to further the story. At one point when something happens between Lily and Ryle, she says, sometimes the girl inside of me, the daughter of my father, is really opinionated. She tells me I shouldn't have forgiven him. She tells me I should have left the first time. And sometimes I believe that voice, but then the side of me that knows Ryle understands that marriages aren't perfect. Sometimes there are moments that both parties regret. Yes, marriages aren't perfect. A lot of compromises have to be made, but that does not include physical violence. That does not mean that you excuse everything that he does in the name of love. And this is just victim blaming. And I don't condone that. not one bit. And another place where she does this in a lot of places, like I should have done this, the fault is with me that he did this, I shouldn't have, if I hadn't done this then he wouldn't be pushed to this violence. Bro, look at this. He never should have pushed me, but I also did things I wasn't proud of. And if I'd have just left, would that not be going against our marriage vows, for better or for worse? I refuse to give up on my marriage that easily. You know what? This is so condescending towards people who actually leave abusive marriages, to people who actually move away because they don't want to take that violence, that abuse. I wouldn't say that just because you decided to stay, that doesn't make you a strong woman and all that. Yes, you are strong. There's no doubting it. But that doesn't make the people who are leaving weak. So don't be condescending towards them. Make it make sense. One of the characters is saying to the other character, saying, I just want you to know that this is going to be the best thing you've ever experienced in your life. Yep, glorify it, push it in everyone's faces. Yeah, do it. Do whatever you want. I'm like, oh. You know what? I loved All Your Perfects because it showed that pregnancy is not the be all and end all of things. But this book, it literally is saying that if you don't get pregnant, then you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. And throughout the book, it's like, when you love someone, you'll do this, you'll forgive their transgressions. When you love someone, you'll do that, you'll do this, you'll do that. But when you love someone, you won't physically hurt them. Get it in here. I think it was in the acknowledgements and about in the story that the author told about her own life. And she talks about how her father was abusive towards her own mother, and how he accepted that he did the wrong thing. They separated, obviously, and he accepted that he did the wrong thing and all of that. And she writes in that saying, by no means do I intend for Ryle and Lily's situation to define domestic abuse. Are you serious? Are you you don't intend for it to be anything. When you get married, you don't intend to enter into an abusive marriage. So basically, It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover is a book that did not work for me. It did not live up to the hype. For me personally, I've read 4 books so far, and I've started the 5th. But I read 4 books so far, and how many did I like? Just 1. After It Ends With Us, I also started reading The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. And oh my god, this is steamy right off the bat. I'm about 24-25% in, and I'm like, so much? So much? Like, I see why The Spanish Love Deception is a parody version of The Hating Game. And you know what? There's one commonality among all these books, is that all the guys are tall and solid, apparently. Because, yeah, apparently you can also have a liquid or gaseous chest. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to sit down and read The Hating Game for a bit. So hi, I got about half an hour of reading done for The Hating Game, which I've been reading on my Kindle, and I'm really liking this so far. And this could be the second book in this whole vlog, this whole series of books that I've been reading, that will actually live up to the hype for me personally, obviously. And I'm really liking this. I like how Joshua and Lucy are bantering with each other. They are all out for each other, at each other's throats all the time. But I do think that sometimes the point where the man is sort of going way too much, like he is insulting her in ways that is truly hurtful, it sort of bugs me. But then again, I also think that it's going both ways, because she doesn't know what's happened in his life as well. Plus, when he does all of that, she stands up for herself and she tells him off. So that's something that I really like. Plus, I like the burn in here. Like, I like the way the story is progressing, like proper enemies to lovers, not some flimsy excuse of enemies to lovers that was caused by one throwaway remark that happened 2 years ago. I think you know what I'm referencing by this. And I could feel the smile, I could feel all. It's just nice to read. Progression itself, the arc itself is something to behold, and that is something that I was looking forward in a book with an enemies to lovers trope. Yeah, I'm hoping it keeps up this pace, and I'm hoping it keeps up this energy and this and everything that's going on right now. I will check back in when I have more progress to update. Maybe I'll make more notes like I did for It Ends With Us. Oh god, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to even think about that book. The Hating Game. Lucy and Josh. Lucy and Josh. Hey people, today is the 25th of July and I'm here to wrap this vlog up. I haven't done a lot of vlogging in the past few days when I finished 1.5 of the books that I was supposed to be reading for this reading vlog, and I'm just here to tell you my final thoughts about these books that I read. Okay, so in the last clip I think I was reading The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and I think that Sally Thorne has done a great job in bringing the enemies to lover trope. I really loved it way more than I loved the Spanish love deception. The Hating Game did a fabulous job. I mean, you can see that Lucy and Joshua have this hatred towards each other. You can see that when Joshua is being an ass to Lucy and her actual emotions come out, she tells him off for being an ass, and there's actually some interaction between the two over it. I really enjoyed reading it because of their banter and because of how it morphed over the pages, how it changed over the pages, and there was actually chemistry between them. It was a healthy mix of steamy and emotional, and I really liked it. But my only complaint from The Hating Game was that it ended way too abruptly. I would have loved to see more. Like, I haven't said that about a book in a long time, but I would have loved to see more of Lucy and Joshua ribbing each other, bantering each other, and what happens after that abrupt end. Okay, so that was for The Hating Game, and now on to the last book that I read for this video, and this is a book that totally lived up to the hype for me. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I started off this vlog with Emily Henry and I'm ending it with Emily Henry, so you can see the kind of graph that has gone on for Emily Henry's work for me personally. You and Me on Vacation, I was not a huge fan of it, but Book Lovers is amazing. Like, it lived up to the hype and I absolutely loved it. I loved reading every part of it. Of course, there are few chinks here and there that I will point out as we are going along, but otherwise I almost cried when I read this book, and that is saying something. There are elements that I will tell you about that are that are very touching, and I really like the way the author has brought them out. Okay, so what Book Lovers is about an agent, a literary agent who is the quintessential rom-com tropey kind of woman whose boyfriend, he goes off on work to some other state, to a small town, and he ends up falling for a girl over there, and he ends up breaking up with her. So this has happened to her multiple times. So when the book starts, I think this is the prologue. When the book starts, she has just been dumped over the phone, and now she's meeting with an editor, Charlie Lastra, who seems to be this very ruthless kind of guy, and they have a disagreement over one of her clients, and though they agree that her writing is brilliant and da 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 and all of that. Fast forward 2 years, and she's had more breakups like that, and her sister Libby, she thinks that they need to go on a holiday to a small town so that they can write down a checklist, they can tick everything because they need a break. Libby has 2 kids and a third one on the way, and she wants some time to herself before the third kid is born, and her life becomes even more hectic. And since Nora is such a career-oriented woman, she also needs to break away from that schedule, and she needs to take some me time. But who does she bump into in that small town called Sunshine Falls from the book of the author who Charlie and Nora were arguing about? But Charlie himself. Charlie Lastra is there. And now what exactly will happen? This small town romance kind of thing, and what exactly does it mean to be taking a break, and what exactly does it mean to be finding oneself? How sure are you of what you want in life? Oh, there's so much. There is so much in this book, and I absolutely love it. Like, the first one that I loved, the first thing that I absolutely loved in this is that it does not minimize any kind of life. Like, for example, Nora is a city girl. She loves living in New York. But nowhere in this book is it said that living in the city is bad. It's just how some people are tuned, they are wired that way. Second is how protective she is of her sister, and she wants to give her the world. She wants to give her sister the world, and although it does go to an extreme at one point, but I'm just like, oh Nora, you're great. And third, Charlie. I'm not going to say anything about it. Read to find out. Maybe he was a little too perfect, but he's a fictional character. He has the right to be perfect as he wants. Okay. And I was annoyed a little at Libby because sometimes she could be very bullheaded, which is a good thing. But when you're in a family and you're about to take a huge decision, you are going to run your decision by your sister, at least the sister who has done so much for you, who has taken care of you. And that annoyed me to no end because Libby could be very inward looking when she wanted it, and I didn't think that Nora deserved that kind of backhanded thing at that point in her life. So yeah, that was me reading Book Lovers. I absolutely loved the book. It stood up to the hype for me, and I don't know what else to say, because I did not expect to love Emily Henry's writing in this book, at least this much, because I've always found that her writing was very vanilla. It was very bland. But in here, there's so much character development, and there's so much interaction between the characters, and there's so much growth, and there's a spotlight on the family side of the characters instead of just focusing on the romance in here. And yeah, I would recommend Book Lovers to you, and I hope that you also end up loving the book as much as I did, because it's wonderful. It just filled me with warmth. So to do a quick recap of the 6 books that I've read for this particular vlog, I read 6 Booktok romances to find out if they stood up to the hype for me personally, and some did, some did not. First, there was You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry, which was okay. And then there was The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, which I did not like at all. And then The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. It was very good. And then there was It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, which is like a bad dream. It's a nightmare. Then was The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, which I ended up liking a lot. And last but not the least, Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which is my favorite of these 6. So that was me reading 6 popular Booktok romances and trying to find out if they were worth the hype for me. I think some of them did very well and some of them did very badly. So what did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Which of these books have you read? Which of these books have you loved? Which of these have you liked? Which of these have you not liked? Which is your favorite popular romance of all time? And which books have you picked up because of social media and ended up loving? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.